Children, now we will study Lot Lakarah given on page 24. First sentence is Ramah Patham Pathati. This sentence is of Vartaman Kal or Lat Lakar. This sentence tells you about the activity which is being done by Ram. He reads a lesson. Next sentence is Ramah Patham Apathat. This sentence is of Pratham Bhutkalah, Lang Lakar or past tense. Here it means Ram read the lesson. Vakyadvaye kalasya bodha bhavati. It means in these two sentences we come to know about the time or period when the action was going on. Adhuna etani udaharanani pathat. Now we will see some more sentences given in the book. First sentence is Pratik Tvam Uttishta. This sentence means Pratik, wake up. This sentence tells you about the order or Adesha. Next sentence is Kale Varshatu Parjanyah. It means may rain fall at the right time. It tells you, this sentence tells you about the desire or expectation. Third sentence, Sarve Sukhinah Santu. It means, may all the people be happy. This sentence expresses the best wishes. Fourth sentence, Api Aham Vargam Pravishani or Api Aham Vargam Pravishani. May I come into the class? This sentence is telling you about the permission which is being taken at that time. In all these four sentences, verbs do not indicate tense. They indicate the mood of the speaker. The verb of lot lakar expresses command, order, or instruction. Mostly the verb of madhyam purush are used in this sense. Verbs of madhyam purush ekvachan, they are used in the sense of command or order. Example, satyam vada dharmam chara. Satyam vada means speak truth. Dharmam chara means follow religion. Blessings and greetings are also expressed by this lot lakaraha. For example, vatsa chiram jiva. It means child, may you live long. Or tava manorathaha safalaha bhavantu means may your desire be fulfilled. And for request also, for seeking permission also, this lakar is used. For example, Acharye api pravishani vargam. It means, Madam, may I come in? For expressing order or for expressing blessings, greetings, for seeking permission, this lakar is used. Children, all of you know that there are near about 2000 dhatus or roots in Sanskrit. They are divided in 10 groups. Each group has its own conjugation sign. Like first group has a sign, fourth group has ya, then sixth group has again a conjugation sign, 10th group has aya. These 10 groups are again subdivided in two groups, namely regular and irregular group. Regular group consists of first, 4th, 6th and 10th group. And rest of the groups belong to irregular group. Here Parasmay and Atmanepad pratyayas are given. I will read for you. You have to learn them by heart. Tu tam antam, tu tam antu pratham purush dash tam ta madhyam purush ani am uttam purush. These are Parasmay pad suffixes. Now I will read Atmanepad suffixes. Tam itam antam pratham purush, swa itam dvam madhyam purush, ai avahai amahai uttam purush. Children, when you will read Parasmay pad pratyayaha, at that time you will find that there is blank in madhyam purush ekvachan. But actually there is no blank. Here you will, whenever you will use any root, at that time root plus conjugation sign of that particular root will be there. For example, in the next column you can see that root pat has been used. Patatu, patatam, patantu, pratham purush. Then madhyam purush ekvachanam patha is given over there. Why patha is given over there? Just now I explained you that root patha plus the root belongs to first conjugation. That's why conjugation sign of first group a is there. Patha halanta plus a is complete patha. Though you will see blank in the suffixes, but when you will actually use root, there will be no blank. Root plus the conjugation sign of that particular group will be there and both the words will be combined. Next example is of Nruta Dhatu. Nrutyatu, Nrutyatam, Nrutyantu, Pratham Purush. Nrutya, Nrutyatam, Nrutyat, Madhyam Purush. Nrutyani, Nrutyava, Nrutyam, Uttam Purush. Here, Madhyam Purush Ekvachan is Nrutya. Why Nrutya is there? Nruta, Halanta is root. This Nruta root belongs to fourth conjugation and the sign of fourth conjugation is ya. Nruta halanta plus ya is nrutya. Next example is of likhadhatu. Likhadhatu belongs to sixth conjugation or sixth group and the conjugation sign is again a. So madhyam purush ekvachanam will be likha halanta plus a, complete likha. Next dhatu is puja. Puja dhatu is of 10th group and the conjugation sign of puja dhatu is aya. So in madhyam purush ekvachanam, puja dhatu plus aya will be pujaya. So children, you must have understood that why there is blank in the suffixes and there is no blank in the whenever we are using root, at that time there will be no blank. Thank you. Children, before I complete this session, I want to tell you one thing that learn all the suffixes, Parasmaipad and Atmanepad suffixes. If you will learn all the suffixes properly, then only you will understand next lesson which I will teach you based on the verb forms of lot lakar. If you will learn suffixes properly, then only you will understand that lesson properly. Okay. Thank you.